HippieClecticHope for freedom, hitting you with a quick update. Hopefully I can get this in before my son wakes up. Basically, what I'm about to explain is the lives of those of us stuck in government housing. So, anyway, the lives of those of us in government housing, stuck in the welfare trap, the jealous haters refer to as the safety net. Basically, now as you know, very few of us are able to go to work, and those of us who are able to go to work or have any income at all, those resources are scant to begin with. That's why we're in government housing. And now with the COVID panic and epidemic, we are forced to remain in our homes and stretch our resources between our whole family, full-time, no school, no work, no breaks, no income, and we're supposed to live like that. The Government Housing Authority is fully aware of our situation, and instead of offering us any relief or assistance or give a crap, the management of my apartment building, owned by the Colorado Coalition Keeping Cripples Homeless, has pasted all of these notes, this note on all of our doors. No face-to-face conversation, just cowardice. Threats and cowardice. Let me read this letter that they're spamming us all with. Dear resident name, your current monthly rent is X amount. This is an unusual time, and many of you have concerns about the future. Hey, no kidding. As we cope with the impact of COVID-19, we want to provide information about your April rent payment. We are here to help, and it is important that you communicate with your property manager. April rent payment. Rent is still due by the 1st of the month with a grace period through the 5th. Please deposit your rent into the rent drop box instead of bringing your payment directly to the office. This assures social distancing. Please give me what little bit of money you got, but be clean, you dirty poor people. Upon request, we will provide a rent receipt. That's bullshit, because every time I've requested a rent receipt in the 2.5 years we've lived here, Josetta Martinez, the manager, has refused to give a rent receipt. She doesn't do them. She doesn't. It's her policy. She won't. The next headline on this letter is problems with payment. Please contact us as soon as possible if you cannot pay all or a portion of your rent due to loss of income related to COVID-19. Specify the reason for non-payment. We will not pursue eviction actions for non-payment of rent until the state of emergency ends. In other words, the day the world starts spinning, we all get eviction notices if we can't pay. We are still responsible for missed rent payments. We are temporarily waiving all late fees. Now, saying that you're waiving all late fees, but saying that there's only a grace period through the 5th of the month, that means there will be late fees. Temporarily waived until we get slammed with them when the world starts spinning. The day we are allowed to leave our homes will be the day we all receive eviction notices and our amount due goes up substantially. Rental assistance. Next headline. For those of you receiving rental assistance from HUD, a housing authority, Colorado Coalition Keeping Cripples Homeless, or any other source, it is critical that you report any change in your income immediately, as that may reduce the amount of rent that is due directly from you. Now, my caseworker at the Colorado Coalition Keeping Cripples Homeless is completely unreachable, is always unreachable. I don't think she's there. There's a voicemail, but there's not a human. There's never a human. There is nobody working in that office. And I've been sending messages to my caseworker within this building, and I've heard nothing back. Surprise, surprise. Rental assistance resources. Next headline. We will provide you with community resources for rental assistance. However, new rental assistance is not readily available for most housing authorities. Additionally, we may be able to establish a payment plan with you. In other words, they're saying that they'll give us community resources, but those resources won't be able to help us unless we're extremely lucky and prayed and probably did some sexual favors. So they'll do a payment plan when we have like nothing to work with. Moving forward, we will provide you with balance due letters and demands for rent required by rental assistance agencies. So they will continue to threaten and badger us until they are able to kick us out because we're poor, disabled, veterans, single parents. We are every disadvantaged group there is. And we are cattle to the Colorado Coalition Keeping Cripples Homeless. This last paragraph is an absolute sham and a joke. Most importantly, we care about each one of our tenants during this challenging time. Communication is key. Keep us informed of your needs and we will work with you and others to try to help address them. Thank you for your cooperation. Sincerely, Josetta Martinez. This entire letter, she's saying that she knows we're hard up. She knows we're stretched thin. She knows our resources have declined. She knows the resources we have are stretched thin because we're home with our family full-time and unable to work a hustle or a job. She knows all this. She's still demanding our full portion of the rent, even though the government is subsidizing most of our rent. Like, everybody in here is on a voucher. That's how they run it. They don't allow, like, Jack and Jill to get an apartment here. It has to be Joe and Myrtle broke folks who get a voucher to get in here. So she knows that all of us are strapped down to nothing. She knows that all of us are stretched thinner than melted butter. She knows. And still she is demanding our portion of the rent. She's threatening to hold eviction notices until the world starts spinning. And she's threatening to hold late fees until the world starts spinning. Half this building is going to get kicked out on the streets because of Josetta Martinez. Our government subsidy for our rent is not enough for this woman. She has to drain the last little crumbs of money that we don't have. So that's our life here in government housing in the ghetto. That's not our poor choices. That's our management choosing to suck fewer schnitzel and smear that cum all over our doors. Too cowardly to even meet us face to face to tell us that she's screwing us all. That's what our life is in government housing. So, that's what we gotta deal with. I've been putting messages to my caseworkers in Section 8, the Homeless Coalition, and the management, and I've heard absolutely nothing back from them. These people are holing up, sipping expensive-ass Starbucks, and demanding that last little bit of crumb of nothing that we all have, or else, hey, we're just on borrowed time and we're going to lose our homes when the world starts spinning. That's where we're at, people. And meanwhile, the government is finding any excuse they can to withhold funds from people like us who need it most. Those of us living on the welfare trap because we don't have a way forward, we aren't able to file taxes. And so that 1,200 for adults and what, 500 for children, that's not coming to us. We don't get that because we're poor. We're too poor to file our taxes. So we don't deserve help from the government when we need it the most. So that's why I've made the decision I did to donate 25% of my jewelry proceeds to the Humanity Forward project indefinitely. As long as there's Humanity Forward, as long as Andrew Yang's running his, I will be there to put forth what I can to help. I can't donate at all. I can't. I don't have my own resources, let alone enough to give. But I can give 2.5 times tithing to an organization that I know is actually helping people instead of helping improve the grandiose status of any church. A church demands 10% or they'll kick your butt out. They will rescind your membership for not tithing. I want to give 2.5 times my tithe to Humanity Forward, perpetually. If there's Humanity Forward, Andrew Yang's kids are running it in 50 years, I'll still be donating. When I pass away, when Aaron's in charge of HippieClecticHope, and there's still a Humanity Forward fund, he'll still be giving 25% of that, of his earnings, to Humanity Forward. So we need to build together. We need to create hope together, because the United States of slavery and rape is not giving us hope. They are demanding our last little bit, and then they'll kick us out to the curb. Can't live like that, can't abide by that. That's why HippieClecticHope in perpetuity will be donating 25% of all jewelry, graphic apparel, anything that I make and sell. 25% is going to Humanity Forward, because we got to do this. We got to make hope happen, and we got to do it ourselves, because this country just wants to take what we have and kill us. Trump wants us to die for the Dow. At Wisconsin governor, who the hell was that in Wisconsin, wants the economy to resume because death is an unfortunate thing, but it happens. It's a part of life. He wants to kill off the weak for the Dow. The Colorado Coalition Keeping Cripples Homeless wants to kill us off for the Dow. Donald Trump wants to kill us off for the Dow. The United States of slavery and rape can suck fewer schnitzel until it falls off. As HippieClecticHope, as the people of the United States, we need to retake our citizenship rights. After 33 years of living in slavery hell in the United States of slavery and rape, this is why my son and I are so desperate to move to Canada, to restart our lives, actually start our lives. We can't remain the property of the United States of slavery and rape. The nation of Canada is enlightened and is helping their people while closing their borders to the United States of Trump virus. So, this is where we're at. So, sorry to be so angry, but, the American people need to understand that the welfare trap is not a safety net. It's a bear trap. So, that's where we're at, and that's why, I need help and support in my business endeavors, so I can help and support somebody who's working to help all of America. The products I have on my Etsy shop are very competitively priced and, dare I say, a superior quality to the items that are comparatively priced elsewhere on Etsy. Shopping with HippieClecticHope, you'll receive an amazing deal from a germaphobe who scrubs the jewelry supplies and scrubs the inventory, and I keep extreme cleanliness standards, even in, my home where I make my jewelry. So, but I need to be able to get business rolling so I can help others, because I don't have anything out of pocket to help with. I'm even running out of food stamps because, having to feed us full time and being unable to wear my prosthetic leg because it doesn't fit, because Medicaid doesn't seem to think I need a leg that fits me. So, I need community help so that I can help the community. A little pebble will make a huge ripple in the pond to spread out and help so many. So that's why HippieClecticHope is going to be supporting Humanity Forward and Andrew Yang. So God bless you. Thanks for tuning in to HippieClecticHope. And boy, I hope my next video can be more uplifting instead of just focusing on the struggles that we face. But thank you for watching. God bless you and take care.